Hello guys, and welcome to Till Vacuum Do Us Part. My name is Ashley. Today's video is all about home projects. So we recently just moved into a new house and we're trying to turn it into our home, which it already does feel like home. We're loving it. But one of the very first things we worked on were our pendant lights. Now we did get to choose all of our own lighting, but these just didn't turn out the way I was expecting them to. So we went ahead and dug out the box before the builders threw them away, and I reordered lights. So we're gonna send the dome ones back, and we're putting up these more like lantern style. The dome were beautiful, but I didn't like that they didn't put off a lot of light, and when they did, they were a very orangey color, and I even used like bright daylight bulbs, and I just didn't love the look and feel it was doing. So we were going to go ahead and take those down, send them back to Amazon. I'm going to have all the links down below in my description box, and I'll have my Amazon store links, so check out everything there. Every single one of our lights is from Amazon, so if you're liking any of them in the background, you can definitely check them out. But Chase is going to go ahead and take these down and install the new ones, and they do just flow better with all the other lighting.
Through the clouds, and when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing.
Whether you're moving into a new home or you're upgrading your house right now, lighting is huge. It makes a big statement in the room, and it says a lot about your personality. So definitely just be careful. I know lighting can get expensive, but just look on Amazon, look at garage sales, look at Goodwill. You can DIY, you can spray paint, but just remember lighting is very important, whether it's up on your ceiling, if it's floor lamps. It does make a huge difference in like the tone and the space of the room. So just always make sure it's your style. So I know on camera these lights don't make as bold of a statement, but here in real life it just flows so much better. The golds match better. I feel like they're more the same style with my dining room light and my kitchen faucet, so I'm so happy for this change. It actually even saved us, I want to say, like around $150 because these were actually a lot cheaper than the other ones we had installed. So it was definitely a win. I'm super happy with it. I love these lights too because they don't have glass in them, so I don't have to clean them. And so that was a major win. But now the next project, we're going to be working on these Barstools. I've had 101 questions about these. You can find them on Amazon, Wayfair, Overstocked. But I found mine on Walmart and they were on major sale. I'm going to leave that link down below, but they have been sold out. But that's where I found mine. I did so much research because I wanted these so bad. So I was so glad I found them on sale. But I do need to work on the bottom. It had some rubber knobs, so it was making it really hard for them to pull out on my tile. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these felt strips. You can buy these where they come in circles, but the bottom of my Barstools is kind of like a weird shape. So I feel like you get more bang for your buck with these like pads because you can cut any size you want, any shape you need, and you just get a lot more for your money. So definitely look into those, and then you always have them on hand when you need them. So I'm going to go ahead and start cutting these into thin strips. And then I had Chase knock off these little doodads on the bottom. I'm sure there's a professional name. It's going to be doodad to me. But anyways, we knocked all those out so they would sit flat. If I were to just put the felt on top of this, there would be a lot of sticky left, hair would get in them, they'd come off easier. So it's definitely just worth that extra effort to get those pulled off and then add your felt strips on later. I don't care if you've lived in your house 3 days or if you've lived in it 3 years or like 30 years. Home projects can just be so overwhelming because they just keep multiplying. So every time you get one finished, I feel like it adds 3 more. So So I just like to keep a running list of everything that needs to be worked on. You know, if you can get one done a day, if you can get one done a week, at least you're working towards it. And little projects like this is something that's easy to put off and not mess with. But if you just do it and get it done, now when guests come over, they can just slide the Barstools out easily. We're sitting at these more now that we can just pull them in and out. So I know projects just kind of add up and they just keep coming. I don't think, or personally me, I will never have a home projects list that's empty, and I'm okay with that. But if you have a hard time of just getting started, or you have so many little things that have to get done, just write them all down. So as you finish them, you can just mark them off, and it really will keep you motivated to get more done. Another little tip when you're doing home projects, try to complete the project. Now I know some of you are moms and we're busy, it's holidays, we're sick, I get it. But if you have the power to complete it, go ahead and get it done. Like if I were to just do one bar stool or two and then be like, oh, I'll do the other one later, you'll probably never go back to it. While you have everything out, just go ahead and work through it. You can see we're working at night because sometimes I do this when my daughter's in bed or in the shower, getting around for bed. Definitely just figure out what time works for you. It's typically when the kids are sleeping, and just get as much done as you possibly can. While we worked on the bar stools, we had one tiny little project. My dad noticed that our countertops were just a little bit loose and we needed to fill in some gap between like the island and the quartz counter. So Chase just cut a piece of cardboard and put it in there. It literally took less than 3 minutes, but it's just stuff like that that's like piled up on a list that just needs to be done. So that's done, marked off. Now we're gonna head on to the next one, which is cleaning my bathtub, which shouldn't be on the list, but when we moved in and we did our walkthrough, I noticed there was pink all on the tub. I thought the cleaners just sprayed something in there and then forgot to wipe it out. And so I thought I'm gonna clean the bathtub anyways before I take a bath. And so I didn't mention it to our builder, but now we've been in our house and I'm noticing it's not coming out. So I wasn't sure what it was. You're gonna see me attempt all different ways to clean this. I used my Dollar Tree, shower cleaner. I put on my really nice brush onto the power drill because I've already been in there. Like I've cleaned it with just like a sponge and it didn't work. So I wanted to try a few more of these options before I have to contact the builder to come in and help me. As you can see, the pink spots are still there, so I'm gonna go ahead and rinse the tub out really well because you don't want to start mixing products when you're cleaning, especially bathroom cleaning products. So I'm gonna rinse this product really well, and then I'm gonna move on to the second product, which I just knew was gonna work, which is Barkeeper's Friend. I just told myself, or had myself convinced, this is what was gonna do it. So let's watch and see if this worked. Just so you know, this didn't work either. I'm about to show you a clip where you can see all the pink is still in it. We actually contacted our builder and he sent the nicest man out, and it was actually glue. We're not sure what it was from, but he was able to get it out with lacquer, so thank goodness we're good to go there. But now we're gonna head out to my front porch because at our last house we had a welcome sign from 3 Mango Seeds that we love, and I definitely wanted to use it in this house as well. So here is what it looks like. I'll have her link down below. I always get asked about it. She is on Etsy and on Instagram. She's local to me, but she ships. But if you want to support like a small business, she makes the most beautiful farmhouse signs, so definitely check her out. So Chase is actually going to have to drill into brick in this home. In our last house, like underneath the porch or patio area, it was all like siding, but we're actually going to put in screws here because we don't want it to fall and break. So luckily I have him to help me, and he got this hung, and I can't wait to share with you how it turns out because it is gorgeous.
You know that ain't the way. Oh no, there's nothing new in this game. You got to give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. I'm wearing you out. Keep on keeping on every night, way up in the clouds.
I feel like every time I post a video like this, I always hear the same thing, and it's always, I wish my husband would do as much as Chase does, or Chase is always helping you. I just wanted to share a friendly reminder that this is our job that we both do at home. Now, Chase was always helpful even when he worked full-time, but the amount of projects we get to do is because it is our full-time job. So I want you guys to still love on your husbands, and just remember, if they're gone working all day, Chase is just here helping me. So I just wanted to share that so you guys aren't like ragging on your husbands, just so you know. This is our full-time job, so that's why we get to do so many of these together.
There's nothing new in this game. You got to give it up, give it up. But you got to give it up, give it up. You got to give it up, give it up. No, 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 give it up, give it up.
I'm super happy with how this turned out. I almost didn't hang it because I didn't want the black sign to compete with the black door. In our last house we had a wood door, but it still looks beautiful. I'm so happy with it. But now we're going to move into my closet because I didn't know what to do with all my necklaces. I don't have a ton. I did go through a lot and kind of downsize because I'm not wearing a ton like I used to. And I slid them on our clothing bar. We have tons of like hanging space, so like to hang hangers, but we don't have a lot of wall space or shoe space, so I didn't have a place where I could put shelves. This idea worked enough that it kept them from getting tangled, but you can see if I wanted to get a necklace off and it was in the middle, I had to remove all of them to get to that point. So I knew I had to do a different system, so I just thought, hey, I'm gonna buy shower hooks and see if it works. And I'm actually loving the way it turned out, so definitely stay tuned, because if you guys have free like hanging space in your closet, this may work for you guys, or even with like belts or any accessories you have.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better, better. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far, I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong.
I'm actually super impressed how this worked out. You could get any shower hooks. You may even have some around your house. I got the one with little balls at the end because it keeps the necklace on, but this would be great for like scarves, necklaces, even handbags or purses, your belts, your husband's belts. So this was just a cheap, fix for our solution, and I can see all the necklaces I have, so I'm more likely to wear them. I'm about to show you some after clips, but I'm super excited with this one. I wish I would have done this in my last house, but I think in this space, like I said, I just had a lot more like hanging clothes space, and it just kind of helped to fill it up, and so I'm super happy with this one.
When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when
Now for the next project, we're gonna head back into the bathtub area. This was filmed over several days of moving in, so if you guys see us change clothes or working on some of the same areas, it was just done different nights. But I had finally taken a bath because our bathtub was clean, and as I was laying there, I noticed that wall was so empty, and I was trying to envision what I wanted up there, and then it clicked on me that we had really cool pictures of my 3 kiddos, 2 fur babies and my daughter, and these used to hang in my laundry room of our last house, and I thought this wall was perfect, so I grabbed Chase and he's gonna go ahead and get these hung for me.
Might be shaken but not stirred, just a lesson that I've learned, and so it goes, tables turn in your own.
Just in case you're wondering why Chase is like standing on the sides of the tub, like I mentioned, I had taken a bath, so the bathtub was still wet and he didn't want to get his socks wet, so that's why he's trying to stay out of the tub. I think these pictures were perfect for this space. I can even see them from my bedroom. There's something about family photos. They just really turn your house into a home. So I'm trying to scatter all my fracture prints that we had made in the last house into this house. They're just kind of getting put in different areas. So I had these really big photos, and from the very first time we walked this house, when we walked down this hallway into our master, I knew this is where I was putting those pictures. We have just been so busy moving in, we hadn't had time to start hanging stuff on the wall. So now that we are, the house is really coming together and I'm loving all of these prints. What I love about Fracture, this is not sponsored, but they're not framed, they're just printed on glass. So even though I had these in different spaces in our last house, they still go in this house because they're just glass. There's no frame, there's no style, they're just classic and they will go anywhere at any time. So that's why I love them. Like I said, it's not sponsored, but I will leave their link down below. I'll show you how these turned out. This is one of my favorite spaces in our house now.
If someone's pouring up a drink, I'm calling shot. I'm gonna find a crown so I can put it on me. Swinging from the chandeliers, I won't be sorry. I got a feeling I'm gonna crash into this party. I'm just an accident waiting to happen like.
I love this view right here because I can see the prints in my bathroom and then I can also see them down my hallway. It's just a great way to decorate if you don't like a lot of clutter and you don't have a lot of shelves. But now we're gonna head into Chase's office. Like I said, we're pretty much all unpacked. We have everything where it needs to be, but we're just needing to hang stuff on the walls. All the walls were so bare. It was so nice to get all of this stuff hung, and it really just makes it feel like home. I didn't show a ton of footage in this room just because it was late and I was tired, but I did want to share with you the afters.
Everybody will be on me, wanna join me when I take a shot. I'll be the center of attention.
I really hope you guys enjoyed these before and afters of home projects. I hope you've learned some new tips and tricks. We're loving how our space is turning out. Here's a few after photos. If you guys like these presets, I have custom presets for photos. I'm gonna leave my link down below and I have a $20 off coupon. These are really good if you're having pictures printed for your home or if you're on Instagram. It really just brightens them up and I always love how my pictures look afterwards. So like I said, I'll have that link down below. But thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me. Definitely say hello down below in the comments section. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week and I will see you in the next one. Bye.